Cool. I think we're good to go here. Just waiting on a couple more people to show up. Perfect. Hi, everyone. I hope everyone's doing well. Welcome and thanks for joining us for episode 13 of our webinar series, The Ultimate Shopify Customer Journey. I'm Paul. I'm a Senior Strategic Partner Manager here at Gorgias, and I will be your host today. I've been with Gorgias for about 18 months after coming over from the team at Shopify, where I worked with some of the largest brands on the platform. And before that, I was actually a Shopify merchant myself. So I've seen firsthand the challenges and opportunities that come with scaling the e-commerce business. And one of the best parts of working in this ecosystem is collaborating with the incredible partners who are all focused on making merchants' lives easier. We have several of those partners with us today, both technology providers and service experts, who will be sharing their insights on building their ultimate Shopify customer journey on Shopify. And as we go through the session, feel free to drop in any questions in the chat. We'll answer as many as we can live, and for anything that we don't get to, we will follow up afterward. And just quickly before we do get started, I wanted to make a quick mention of DTCX. For those who are unfamiliar, this is Gorgias's event series where we bring together experts across the Shopify ecosystem, including merchants, tech providers, and service agencies, to share their knowledge and best practices. And we host many both in-person and online events throughout the year. So if you're looking to stay ahead in e-commerce, keep an eye out for what's coming next. With that said, we're going to have a number of great speakers today. Please ask those questions, give feedback, engage with the speakers and the guests. And if you're on social media, use the hashtag DTCX so that we can get visibility and engage with your content. And without further ado, we've got a great speaker lineup today to join us, who you can see on screen now. We've got Jiachen Liu, a customer success manager from Nosto. We've got Tamara Bawa from Triple Whale, Dove Karp from ChargeFlow, and then we have got, if my little annoying thing won't get out of the way of the names, we've got Jordan Brown from Omni, Fiona Stevens from Loyalty Line, Krista Santiago from ShipBob, and Jason Sedana from Midnight Genius. So without further ado, I will bring up our first speaker of the day, and that is Tamara Bawa from Triple Whale. Tamara, I'll bring you up on stage.
Thank you so much. Am I good to share my, okay, there we go. Perfect.
Yeah, I'll leave it to you.
Awesome. Can everyone see that okay? All right. Well, hello, everyone. Once again, I am Tamara Bawa. I'm one of the tech partner managers here at Triple Whale, and I'm super excited to be here today. I'm thrilled to dive into the record-breaking year we just witnessed. So I'm going to be going over 2024 and then kind of dive into some tips and tricks for 2025. So before we dive into the data, we might have to answer a question: what even is Triple Whale? So Triple Whale is a game changer for e-commerce businesses. And at its core, it's a comprehensive analytics platform that consolidates the most critical metrics and attribution data into one easy-to-use dashboard. So instead of bouncing between tools or struggling to piece together fragmented data, Triple Whale serves as the ultimate source of truth, giving you the clarity and confidence you need to make better business decisions. Triple Whale seamlessly integrates with the platforms that you already use to pull in the data that actually matters to your business. And on top of that, we actually leverage e-commerce specific AI to not just provide insights, but also uncover actionable opportunities to optimize your performance. So whether it's discovering your top performing channels, better understanding customer behavior, or even improving your ROAS, which is your return on ad spend, Triple Whale ensures you're looking at the data points that truly impact your bottom line. Now, we are proudly the source of truth for over 30,000 Shopify and Shopify Plus brands, ranging from small businesses to large-scale enterprises. And our platform has become an essential tool for e-commerce businesses across a wide variety of industries, which is helping them unlock their full potential and achieve remarkable growth. Plus, we've also actually started working with shops on BigCommerce and WooCommerce. So as you can see here, brands like Milk Bar, Doe Lashes, Avi, and Portland Leather Goods are just a few of the examples. And if you want to learn more about their success or explore other brands that we work with, we actually have a whole section of case studies on our website, and I encourage you to check it out. So the e-commerce community has been on a bit of a roller coaster over the past few years with plenty of highs and lows. From the pandemic driving a record-breaking surge in online shopping to a breakdown in supply chains to inflation, rising costs, and so much more. I mean, please put it in the chat if I've missed anything. Brand owners have needed to just stay agile and adaptable to be successful. And global e-commerce sales continue to grow, with total retail e-commerce sales expected to surpass 8 trillion by 2027. And that's trillion with a T. As the revenue climbs for e-commerce, so does the funds devoted to ad spend. 2024 had a surge in digital advertising spend and surpassed 1 trillion globally for the first time, representing a 9.5% increase compared to 2023. So in this webinar, I'm going to break down some ad performance metrics for Triple Whale brands in 2024, including average order value, AOV, spend by ad channel, cost per acquisition by industry, and overall ad performance metrics by channel. So let's talk about understanding AOV by industry and how it varies by industry. To start, let's look at the industries with the highest AOV, and these include computers, home and garden, health and beauty, office products. And these industries tend to see higher average order values because customers are making larger or more expensive purchases in these categories. Next, we have industries with middle-ranged AOVs, such as fashion accessories and pet supplies. Now, these industries typically see moderate order values as they involve repeat purchases and varying price points. These industries benefit from upselling and cross-selling to increase the average order value. And finally, the industries with the lowest AOV are digital products and books. Now, these items are often priced lower, leading to a smaller AOV. And these industries should really focus on ways to increase average order values by pushing loyalty programs and bundling to obtain more revenue per purchase. So understanding this data is essential for optimizing pricing strategies, bundling products, and increasing revenue. But I'd love to hear from you. I think we can all learn from each other here. What strategies have you guys used to increase your AOV in your industry? Now let's talk about ad spend, where brands are putting their money and what that means for e-commerce success. So first up, we have Facebook ads. With over $7 billion spent, Facebook, including Instagram, continues to dominate. Brands are prioritizing social media for awareness campaigns, making Facebook the most scalable and effective platform. Next, we have Google ads, but with a bit of a twist. So while still significant at 2.8 billion, Google ads have seen a notable decrease. And since brands are using social media to drive awareness, fewer dollars are flowing into search-based intent marketing. And then we have the up-and-comers, which is Amazon ads at $421 million, crucial for direct product purchases, and TikTok ads at $339 million, which is a growing force for discovery-driven commerce. Finally, a niche and emerging platforms round out the list, offering moderate but strategic opportunities for brands targeting specific markets. And the key takeaway here is social media dominates, search is shifting, and new players are rising. So a massive amount of ad spend was devoted to Facebook ads in the clothing industry, with $1.23 billion representing the very large majority of ad spend. This suggests that social media, and especially visual-based platforms like Facebook and Instagram, are ideal platforms for selling clothing. Clothing brands spent $451 million on Google ads, which is less than half the amount spent on Facebook ads. So while search ads work great for customers with high purchase intent, the massive differential between Facebook ads and Google ads suggests that discovery-based shopping, while scrolling on social media, is more effective than search-based shopping for clothing. TikTok emerged as a key player for clothing ads with 74 million spent on the platform in 2024. And even though the platform's ad spend is far lower than Facebook and Google, TikTok has a big influence on fashion trends and viral content. It's clear that brands are increasingly testing and scaling their budgets on TikTok. So similar to clothing, the highest spend by ad platform belonged to Facebook ads, followed by Google ads. Since fashion accessories tend to be highly visual products, it's not surprising that Facebook and Instagram are some of the best platforms for discovery and conversions. TikTok ads are gaining ground for fashion accessories with 24 million spent on the platform. TikTok's ability to drive viral trends and impulse shopping effective for lower cost items like fashion accessories impacts ad spend for this platform. Now, health and beauty spent the most on Facebook ads at $1.68 billion. In second place was Google ads with 554 million spent on the platform. And in a switch from the above two industries, Amazon overtook TikTok as the third place platform. Amazon's success indicates that health and beauty brands succeed with marketplace-driven sales and discovery on Amazon's platform. TikTok is still contributing with trend-driven, influencer-led marketing campaigns for health and beauty brands. So the industry with the highest cost per acquisition, known as CPA, is computers at $21.25, $21.25, I should say. Followed by electronics, $15.12, which makes sense as computers and electronics are high-ticket items, and customers often take longer to make purchase decisions for these products. Since higher-priced products allow for more expensive customer acquisition costs, a high CPA is completely justified here. And cell phone accessories have a relatively high CPA compared to the price point of the product, which suggests that there's high competition and that brands need to work hard to stand out in this crowded marketplace. Books have the lowest CPA, which indicates that consumers are more likely to buy a book without much hesitation since it's a lower cost item. And there may also be less competition among advertising brands. In 2024, both Amazon and Google ads were the most effective ad platforms. They had the highest ROAS, strong conversion rates, and high AOV, which made them both a great platform for revenue-driven strategies. So Facebook and TikTok had high click-through rates, CTR, but were less efficient at driving sales. Now, this suggests that these platforms are better for brand awareness or selling lower ticketed items. Bing and Taboola had cost-effective acquisition but had poor ROAS, which suggests that they might be better ad platforms for top-of-funnel awareness strategies. And in 2025, it's likely that brands will shift more of their budget towards Amazon and Google ads for conversions, while using platforms like Facebook and TikTok for awareness. So let's look ahead. As 2024 demonstrated, e-commerce brands continue to navigate an ever-changing landscape, balancing shifts in consumer behavior, rising costs, and the evolving platform ecosystem. With global e-commerce sales and digital ad spend both reaching new record highs, the data reveals key insights into how brands can optimize their strategies moving forward. So high-performance industries leveraging platforms like Facebook and Google effectively, while emerging channels like TikTok and Amazon showed strong potential for discovery and conversions. And as we head into 2025, brands that strategically allocate their ad spend focusing on high ROAS platforms for conversion and social media for brand awareness are going to be best positioned to thrive in a competitive market. And we all know platforms like Facebook and Google are powerful, but are you leveraging them quite effectively? At Triple Whale, we offer a tool, that's called Sonar. And Sonar helps brands like yours make data-driven decisions in real time to boost campaign performance. Sonar sends enriched first-party data to your marketing platforms, improving targeting and maximizing ROI. You can run real-time analytics to ensure your brand stays ahead. You can also use live data to adjust ad spend and creativity on the fly. So if you're looking to scale smarter and drive better results, it's time to put real-time analytics to work. And if there's one thing that separates successful brands from the rest, it's understanding their customers. So emerging platforms like TikTok and Amazon have become powerful tools for discovery and conversion. But how you use them effectively? Well, first off, meet your first-time buyers where they actually are. Targeting them at the right time and place is key to turning them into loyal customers. Second, leverage brand recognition to boost discovery and AOV, and stay ahead of buyer trends and behaviors. The market is constantly shifting. Real-time insights ensure you're always one step ahead. And it's also so crucial to distinguish between new and returning customers. So by using new versus returning metrics, brands can actually refine their strategies, acquiring new customers while retaining existing ones to maximize their LTV. Now let's talk about future-proofing your marketing strategy. The brands that thrive aren't just spending more, they're spending smarter. And by strategically allocating ad spend to high ROAS platforms for conversion and using social media for brand awareness, businesses can stay ahead in a competitive marketplace. And this is where we suggest our tool called Mobi. So Mobi helps you analyze, learn, and optimize so you can actually make data-backed decisions with confidence. The key benefits here are optimizing your campaigns with AI-powered insights that are actionable and real-time, pinpoint successful campaign strategies by identifying what's working and doubling down, and always refining your marketing plan for the year ahead with data that adapts and evolves with your business. Now, the best part about this is that Mobi learns from your data, so it continuously improves insights to deliver relevant and timely business intelligence. And that pretty much concludes my presentation. If you'd like to learn more, or you want to see how Triple Whale can actually help your business achieve record-breaking success, please visit our website or reach out to our team. I'm also going to add my LinkedIn and email to the chat. And you can actually also try Triple Whale for free by connecting your store to our free analytics tool, which is called Founders Dash. It's a great way to dive into the data at no cost and get a feel for what we have to offer. And I'm also going to share the sign-up link in our chat. Thank you so much, everyone.
Amazing. That was great, Tamara. Thank you very much. I will let you hop off the screen. It was super interesting hearing all those stats, especially about the roller coaster that e-commerce has been over the last few years. But we really appreciate the insights, and there was some great engagement in the chat. I will actually announce the winner of a $75 Visa gift card that's been provided by the Triple Whale team, which is going to go to Cornelia Galzenite. Hope I pronounced that correctly, but congratulations, Cornelia. We'll get that out to you after the event. And then I will actually be taking over as your next speaker from Gorgias. So bear with me while I share my screen quickly. Here we go. Cool. So yeah, I'm excited to get the opportunity to speak with everyone here today as well about the ultimate Shopify customer journey. And I'll be focusing on it from a conversational AI perspective and how conversational AI is reshaping the online shopping experience, enhancing customer journeys, driving revenue, and reducing costs. So whether you're in CX, sales, or marketing, this technology has the power to transform how brands are interacting with customers at scale. And I'm looking forward to sharing how we think about leveraging these tools. A quick note, again, feel free to drop the questions in the chat. I'm not a great multitasker, so I probably won't get to them as I'm speaking, but I will follow up either in the chat throughout the webinar or via email after I've concluded speaking. And to start, I will quickly give those of you who are unfamiliar a refresher on Gorgias, and then we'll dive into how and why we see businesses should be adopting conversational AI. And so what is Gorgias? We are a conversational AI platform that helps brands deliver exceptional customer experiences both pre and post sale. We've been a key part of the Shopify ecosystem for nearly a decade now, and today we're supporting over 16,000 brands across 125 countries and with more than 5,500 agents and sales reps using Gorgias daily. And for those of you who were familiar with Gorgias, you've probably known us historically as a help desk tool, and that's very true. We've been the #1 help desk for Shopify brands for years now, but in 2024, we took a major step forward with the rise of AI. Launching our AI agent for support last year really supercharged the impact that we can have for brands, allowing them to automate up to 60% of their customer requests while actually increasing customer satisfaction at the same time. And now in 2025, we're actually expanding and launching AI agent for sales, which is going to provide a seamless pre-sales customer experience as well. AI now answers customer questions instantly, mimics the personalized service of an in-store sales associate, and ultimately drives a higher conversion rate and revenue for your brands. And to illustrate the impact of these AI agents and what they're having and how quickly they're being adopted, our AI agent has already automated over 20 million interactions for 6,500 brands, and they have reduced their first response times on the support side to under 30 seconds and a resolution time of less than an hour. And for some context, that was typically more like a 36 to 48 hour resolution time prior to automation and AI coming into the market. So it's made a massive impact on the customer journey as well as just on the brand's operational kind of complexity. And so moving on to sort of the meat of the presentation, why should brands invest in conversational AI? The reason is because customers want answers now. They want them immediately, whether they're asking about a discount, needing product recommendations, or checking the status of an order. Instead of forcing customers to search for answers or to wait for long periods of time in a queue, we want to give them answers to what they need instantly with contextual responses and do it across any channel at any time. So traditionally, you would think about sales and support operating in silos. A customer has a question, that's a support issue. Someone wants to buy something, that's a sales conversation. But in reality, customer interactions don't really fit into either of those categories. Think about a shopper asking about shipping times. You'd think that's a support inquiry, but what if they're asking about it because they need a particular item for a special event by a certain time? That's a sales opportunity. That's where AI can step in and recommend express shipping options or look into similar in-stock items that might actually meet their needs and the timeline that they're looking at. Or consider a customer asking about sizing. They might be hesitant to buy a certain product because they're unsure about the fit. Traditionally, this would be a passive interaction. Maybe you might have an automation or a human agent that would reach out with a size guide. But with conversational AI, we can actively guide that shopper towards the best option with a back and forth conversation instantly, pulling in data on their past purchases, highlighting our free returns policy to make them more comfortable, or incentivizing them with a discount there and there to get them towards checkout. The AI agent actually understands intent. It's not just picking out keywords. So it recognizes when a support question has that sales opportunity hidden inside it, and it can proactively guide the conversation in a way that removes that hesitation and increases conversion rates, which is a massive win. So to take a step further back and look at this as like in the big picture, how customers actually interact with your brand. They might start by seeing your product on Instagram and maybe they send a quick DM with a question. Then they might be browsing your website, checking out reviews. Then they might engage with a live chat agent and talk about a promo that they've seen. But maybe they don't buy right away. Maybe it's a few days later, they come back, they've got a follow-up question. And then finally, they might make a purchase. Traditionally, all these interactions are fragmented across social media, DMs, live chat, and email. They might each be handled by separate teams internally, all of those different channels, and they might have varying response times or varying kind of like visibility of the team of what they can see and what customer questions they're getting to. And this is forcing customers to repeat themselves. It's forcing them to have this stop-start interaction with your brand. But with conversational AI, we can now start to see a more seamless and connected customer journey become a reality. Imagine if you have an AI-powered assistant that remembers your customer interactions across all those different touch points. It helps reduce friction and helps shoppers get the answers that they need without any delay. Instead of starting over each time, customers can sort of pick up where they left off. They can get the instant responses that they need, and it makes that path to purchase much smoother and much more intuitive for them. And AI's role doesn't just stop at the checkout. After a purchase, that same AI assistant that guided them through that buying decision and can now jump in and handle order-related questions that might pop up. They might need tracking updates. They might need to process a modification on a shipping address, or even it might start to proactively check in and ensure they've had a great post-purchase experience, starting to think about maybe we can bring them back for a second purchase. Looking ahead, AI is going to play an even bigger role in re-engagement and retention. It won't just be responding to inquiries. It will anticipate customers' needs. A shopper who recently purchased skincare might receive a timely follow-up asking if they're ready for a refill, offering a personalized recommendation, or suggesting complementary products based on their order history. We want conversational AI to start reshaping that customer experience, helping brands like yourselves to drive loyalty, reduce friction, and increase conversions, but not by completely replacing the human interaction or what your team does today, just by enhancing it and allowing it to happen at scale. And so conversational AI isn't just about convenience. It does really drive business impact. It transforms support organizations by reducing costs, improving satisfaction, and driving loyalty. By automating those 60% of repetitive inquiries, brands can lower operational costs while freeing up human agents to handle those more complex issues that need that human touch. And faster response times, they lead to higher CSAT scores, with AI reducing those first response times to under 30 seconds and the resolution times under an hour. Those customers are getting the answers that they want. It's increasing satisfaction and reducing their frustration, and that having that seamless support experience is helping you drive an increase in loyalty. A frictionless post-purchase experience builds trust, making customers more likely to return to your brand. And AI doesn't just save you money, it creates happier, more loyal customers. And then on the sales side, to look at the impact that that's going to have to your business, it's going to become a key revenue driver. By guiding customers through their buying journey, AI helps increase average order value and personalized product recommendations through personalized product recommendations and upsells. It also helps you boost customer lifetime value by re-engaging shoppers post-purchase, offering tailored discounts and nudging those repeat purchases at the right time. And all of this adds up to higher revenue. AI speeds up that path to purchase, reduces friction, and converts more shoppers, turning those conversations into sales opportunities at scale, like I mentioned. And so now, before I wrap up, I did want to highlight a couple of key customers that have put this to use and are showing some great results, proving that this isn't just theory. It is available today. Brands like Glamnetic have automated 40% of their support volume, reducing the first response time by 91%, and again, maintained those high CSAT scores. They even use AI to drive 20% conversion rate from sales inquiries. And similarly, Tushy has also seen a 10% lift in conversion rate after using AI to drive a guided shopping experience, proactively addressing concerns before they arise and before that conversion opportunity breaks down. So I'm going to share all these details with you in the deck that gets circulated after the event. Short and sharp one from me today, but I'll summarize by saying that we're just scratching the surface when it comes to conversational AI and the impact it can have for your brands. The future of e-commerce isn't going to be about just chatbots that are answering simple questions. It's about powering experiences that guide customers from discovery through to purchase and beyond. And the brands that will embrace this shift are going to see a higher efficiency, stronger engagement, and more revenue, while also reducing costs. If you have any interest in exploring this topic or taking a look at Gorgias and how we can help power these experiences for you and your customers, please reach out. My email is paul.denton@gorgias.com, and I will give further contact details in the follow-up email as well. The last thing before I go and bring up our next great speaker for the day, I will announce the winner of our $75 gift card for interaction in the chat. So this one is going to go to Sophie Byatt. Thanks, Sophie. Really appreciate your engagement, and we'll get that out to you after the event. And without further ado, I would like to bring up our next wonderful speaker, which is going to be Krista Santiago from the ShipBob team. Krista, I'll bring you up on stage now.
Awesome.
Awesome. And I will let you take it over from here and give the team an introduction for yourself.
Sounds good. All right. Thanks so much, Paul. So I'm Krista. I am a senior partner manager here at ShipBob. So I'm excited to be here. Before we dive in, just want to give an overview of what ShipBob is if you're not familiar. We help brands fulfill their orders across all sales channels. So we work with businesses of all sizes, providing them best-in-class fulfillment capabilities and supply chain capabilities. We're trusted by over 7,000 e-commerce brands to build a scalable and affordable fulfillment solution. A few ways we stand out: we offer exceptional carrier costs, so we negotiate with all major carriers so that you can save more on shipping costs. We offer global warehousing capabilities, so we can help you scale seamlessly across the world. Omnichannel fulfillment, so you're able to operate B2B and D2C fulfillment from one dashboard. And then customization at scale, so you're able to create an unforgettable unboxing experience and keep customers coming back. So that's ShipBob. Wanted to get into two-day delivery. So two-day delivery is no longer a competitive advantage, and it's a baseline expectation in the shopper experience. So I wanted to share some stats on just how important fast shipping really is. 73% of consumers view fast delivery as critical online shopping criteria. 85% of shoppers are more likely to buy when two-day delivery is offered. And then 60% of consumers expect two-day delivery, or they may switch brands. So in the next few slides, we're going to talk about how you can adjust your fulfillment strategy to keep up with these trends in 2025. And it's all going to start with your inventory and getting it closer to your customers. So everyone expects fast and affordable delivery, as we just saw with those stats. But as a brand, how do you make sure you can provide next day or two-day shipping without breaking the bank? It all starts with getting inventory closer to your customers and implementing a distributed inventory model. So if you take a look at these two maps here, the first one shows an example of one warehouse in Southern California, and the second map shows 3 warehouses spread out across the US. In the first map, you can imagine how it would either take a long time to ship an order to a customer on the East Coast, or it would be expensive to get it to them quickly, both resulting in an unsatisfied customer and not the best customer experience. And so in the second map with 3 warehouses, you're really only shipping in zones 1 through 5. So not only are you able to deliver on quicker shipping times, but for a reasonable rate, because that order is not traveling long distances. Of course, a ton of benefits to distributing your inventory. Again, being able to deliver on the fast shipping expectations that your customers have. And distributed inventory cuts transit times and ensures smooth and on-time delivery. You're also able to improve inventory availability. So it's going to be really important this year to build a flexible supply chain, whether you're adapting to weather conditions around the country or the world, or market conditions. You want to stay flexible so that your customers are never left wondering what's going on with their order or when it will arrive. And then storing inventory near or closer to your customers enables same day or next day shipping, boosting satisfaction. So just driving that loyalty and retention from checkout to delivery. And then once your supply chain is streamlined and your inventory is distributed, you can implement strategies that reduce cart abandonment and increase average order value. So part of our integration with Shopify includes 2-day shipping badging, or just shipping badging in general. So this is a great tool to help meet customer expectations. 60% of consumers expect delivery within 2 days. And so fast shipping improves the customer experience, boosts reviews, drives more sales, and increases retention. It also helps increase conversions. So stores that added a 2-day shipping badge saw a 230% increase in customers choosing faster delivery. So that shows how a small change, like adding that shipping promise right on the product page, can make a big impact. As increasing conversions, it's also reducing cart abandonment. So clearly communicating estimated delivery dates and offering expedited delivery options can help prevent cart abandonment and increase conversion. So there's no room for an unpleasant surprise when the customer goes to the checkout page and shipping is either super slow or super expensive. So displaying that shipping promise right on the product page increases those conversions and reduces cart abandonment as well. Another part of our integration includes Shopify Markets Pro, which helps simplify global expansion and selling. So every year we survey our customer base here at ShipBob, and this year we found that 36% of brands plan to ship or fulfill orders in new countries in 2025. And so benefits of international fulfillment include unlocking new territories and sales opportunities. Shopify Managed Markets localized experiences drive up to 40% increase in international conversion rate. And reducing transit times and shipping costs by storing inventory globally and leveraging local carriers for delivery. So we partner with all the big international carriers like Australia and Canada Post, DHL, Royal Mail, and more. And this just allows for a seamless customer experience. Once that inventory is stored internationally, it's really easy to deliver on fast shipping expectations internationally. If you are shipping, parcel orders internationally, you can also create a transparent shopping experience with DDP. So delivery duty paid allows you to calculate cross-border fees at checkout, ensuring each international shipment is monitored through customs and delivered to your customer without getting held up at customs. So we see that a lot when an order gets to customs and there's some extra duties or fees that need to be paid, and it just causes a hiccup in the customer journey and makes for a not so satisfied customer. So DDP allows you to avoid that challenge. And this just creates a seamless international buying journey and has been shown to increase conversions on global orders by 3 times on average. So definitely a nice strategy to increase conversions and retention with those international shoppers. You also want to build trust through transparency throughout the delivery process. So inaccurate delivery times and costs can jeopardize customer relationships and create an unpleasant shopper experience. So we have integrations with tech leaders like Gorgias, Attentive, Klaviyo to help you manage customer expectations with clear delivery information and order updates. So you're able to get ahead of those WISMO questions so your team can troubleshoot customer tickets with deeper insights into those "where is my order" questions. Providing clear, transparent communication, you can help set those expectations from the beginning with your customers. You can do that by automating order and inventory notifications as well. So you can set up rules to automatically let your customers know when their order's been received by the warehouse, when they're picking and packing it at the warehouse, when it's awaiting carrier, when it's out for delivery, and when it's been delivered. You can also set up rules to alert customers when an item is in exception or on hold or back in stock. So the opportunity is really endless with these integrations, and it helps you stay proactive instead of reactive. So, if you're letting a customer know that their shipment's been delayed, at least you're letting them know that before they have the chance to wonder what's going on with the order. It just makes for a better customer experience overall. And then you can use these tools to empower your customer service team as well. So enable them with real-time fulfillment data. This enables them to make changes on orders that are active, like maybe an address needs to be changed or an item needs to be added. Just allows them to, again, be proactive and create a better experience for the customer. And customization, which is really, really important. As you scale, it's challenging to maintain a consistent branded unboxing experience. And today, these unboxing experiences are more important than ever. I'm sure you have seen them on social media, but they drive ongoing loyalty and retention, and they also just build awareness for the brand. It's an important differentiator that allows you to add a special touch to your last mile experience when the customer actually receives the order in the mail. You can do things like add a gift note, a personalized gift note, a loyalty-focused insert for their next purchase. We also just launched an update to our custom gift notes to help your branded unboxing experience and take it to the next level. These used to be just, white paper, black ink, and now you can fully customize the look, feel, fonts with custom images, colors, and everything to really drive home that brand experience. Also branded packaging, which you see here with Blue Nutrition, stickers, tissue paper, kitted or bundled products to drive higher average order value, or custom subscription options. So really anything you can do to leave your customer feeling satisfied and happy with their order when they actually physically receive it, making them feel like they want to come back for more in the future or tell their friends about their experience with the brand. And turning returns into customer loyalty. So many of you have just had the busiest sales period of your year, Black Friday, Cyber Monday, and now you're looking at an influx of returns. There are a few ways to turn returns into growth opportunities in 2025. So allowing customers to use return credits to shop for new items within the returns portal. That way they don't need to navigate back to your site and find new items. Just allows you to generate additional revenue with no fees on exchanges, and is just a way more user-friendly experience for the customer and increases conversions. Keeping customers engaged with your brand by offering credits to incentivize repurchases, and then not forgetting to collect feedback to improve your products and reduce future returns. You want to listen to your customers and use that data to make sure you're optimizing products in the future. We have direct integrations with AfterShip and Loop returns to streamline your reverse logistics. If you have any questions, just let us know. And then I wanted to wrap up everything with a customer story. So Our Place is one of our customers who implemented some of these strategies, which helped them save over 1.5 million and cut delivery times in half at the same time. So a few different things that they did. They expanded their warehouse network from just 2 warehouses on each coast to 4 across the nation. And this has translated into almost 2 million in freight cost savings, which is huge, of course. They also utilize inventory placement. So this allowed us to distribute inventory based on their order history. So we looked at where their orders are going and then distributed inventory strategically using that data so that their products were closer to their customers. And with that, they were able to cut shipping times in half. They also utilize ShipBob Logistics. So that's our proprietary sortation center, which increased package handoff speeds to carriers, ensuring timely deliveries that keep customers engaged. And then leveraged our customization suite as well for branded packaging to deliver an elevated shopper experience for their customers. So they used a bunch of these strategies to enhance their growth over the last 2 years or 1 year, and they did so being able to save a lot as well. And that is all I have. So thanks so much for joining me today. We do have some fun brand offers for those getting started with ShipBob. We're offering $1,000 in free shipping credits, 90% off implementation, and then 3 months of a truck wrap. So you get to have your brand highlighted on one of our ShipBob trucks, which is a cool marketing tactic. So if you have any questions, let me know. You can reach out to myself. I'll throw my email in the chat, or you can go to shipbob.com/gorgeous.
Amazing. Thanks, Krista. That was awesome. Really appreciate you sharing all those insights. And we had some awesome engagement in the chat again. So I'm sure there's plenty of questions you can jump in and react to.
Sounds good. Thanks so much.
No worries. Enjoy. I'll take you off stage there. And I will just quickly announce the winner of the free $75 gift card, Visa gift card from the ShipBob team, which is going to be Mark Barlow. Thanks again, Mark, for all the engagement in the chat. So cool to see everybody in here asking questions and collaborating. And without further ado, we will move on to our next speaker. We have got Fiona Stevens joining us, who is the Director of Marketing from Loyalty Line. Hey, Fiona, welcome.
Thank you very much.
No worries. And Krista, we might need you to stop sharing your screen.
Please.
There we go.
Perfect.
Perfect. And I will let you take it over from here, Fiona.
Fantastic. Thank you. Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for taking the time to dial in and join us today. I'm Fiona Stevens, Director of Marketing at Loyalty Line. I'm really excited to be walking you through my thoughts on how loyalty plays a big part in the ultimate Shopify customer journey. Really great to hear loyalty and retention being mentioned quite a lot today already. It's exciting to hear it coming up more and more. For those of you who aren't familiar with us, at Loyalty Line, we specialize in turning returning customers into sustainable revenue. Over 12 years, we've worked with over 10,000 high-growth Shopify stores, helping them to launch loyalty programs as unique as their brands. We are 100% focused on loyalty, and we provide the expertise, the customization, and the integrations you need to turn your customer relationships into revenue. Today, I'll be walking you through why it's so important to introduce loyalty into your customer journey and showing you how to successfully integrate loyalty components into your existing shopper experience too. So that's me, and that's Loyalty Line. Let's take ourselves on a little customer loyalty journey. So I'm going to start with why loyalty needs to be part of your customer journey. It's because growth is good. In fact, it's quite possibly what you care about the most. But achieving that growth has never really been harder. Competition is going up, so is the cost of acquisition. The good news is, though, you already have a competitive advantage. You have the customer relationships that you've already worked so hard to create. And those relationships can be turned into sustainable revenue. As you can see from these examples, some of the highest growth Shopify stores out there at the moment are driving big proportions of their revenue from their loyal customer bases. Both Represent and Inky List programs were launched in around late 2022. And as you can see, they're already driving significant chunks of revenue. Bombshell Sportswear actually went live with us way back in 2017. And you can see their growth trajectory has been fantastic. Today, almost 40% of their revenue can be attributed to loyalty program members. However, the longer you wait to invest in those relationships, the harder it could be. If we look at the first chart on the left here, we can see the journeys of 3 brands. Brand A is an early adopter. They launched a loyalty program and they're enrolling members from the get-go. Brand B takes a bit longer to get going, and Brand C is never quite confident enough to invest in loyalty. And as you can see, if we compare the 3 brands, the brand that invests in loyalty early benefits from the fastest route to an increased customer lifetime value. The brands that wait to start realize that value far more slowly. What's more, all the time you are more like brand B or C on this chart, the chances are your competition is brand A. They're enrolling more and more of your potential customers into their loyalty program. That brings me on to our second chart here. We can see 2 customers, Hannah and Sam, named because the 2 most popular names in our company are Hannah and Sam. Hannah joins Brand A's loyalty program and continues to engage. She earns more points. She redeems those points for rewards. She unlocks more tier benefits as she goes. And as a result, Hannah repeat purchases. Sam, on the other hand, fails to join the loyalty program. The points that he could have earned with his first purchase expire, and so too do the chances of winning him back for a second purchase. What this chart is really showing, though, is that it gets harder and more expensive to win a customer over once they are engaged in a competitor brand's loyalty program. The more an engaged member like Hannah here earns points, accumulates rewards, moves up tiers, the less inclined she will be to switch, and the more it will cost you to win her over. Of course, you could always focus on converting Sam. He's not a member of a loyalty program. However, the return on that investment is likely to be considerably lower. He's an unengaged customer. His purchase frequency and his customer lifetime value will never be as high as Hannah's. If this wasn't enough, I'd also just like to share the results of a recent survey we did with Shopify stores. It showed that 60% already actually have loyalty programs in place. And of the 40% who don't, half are already looking at implementing loyalty either this year or in the coming 12 months. So really, there is no time to waste if you want to be brand A or brand B. So that's why loyalty is a crucial part of your customer journey. But now let's look at the how. So first things first, your customer is starting their relationship with your brand. They've made or they're in the process of making a purchase and they've noticed, oh, there are some loyalty points on the table here. So how do you make sure that you enroll the shopper and you open the door for ongoing engagement rather than them checking out as a guest and probably ghosting you for the foreseeable future? There are 3 really key things to consider here. The first is how and where they can find out more about your loyalty program. You need to make sure that you have an integrated loyalty page. It needs to be on brand. It needs to fit perfectly with your site's look and feel. And this page should list all of the reasons why a customer should become a member of your program. For example, how do they earn points? What rewards can they unlock? What tiers exist? What tier benefits will they aspire to if they join the program? That page should also be linked in your top navigation, so it's staring them in the face the whole time they're navigating your site. It should have a logged in and a logged out view so that once your shopper becomes a member, they can immediately see how many points and rewards they've earned, what loyalty tier they're in. I've got a lovely example here, my favorite actually from Never Fully Dressed. They were the winners of our best loyalty page in the Hall of Fame last year. So it's definitely worth heading to their store and taking a look at that page for a best in class example. Secondly, your post-purchase flows. Let's say that you don't manage to convert that shopper before they leave your site. If you include the number of points they could have earned with their first purchase and then let them know that they can still actually unlock them if they return to create an account, you could significantly increase the likelihood that they will come back. You've probably got multiple steps in your post-purchase journey, and every single one of them can include more information on your loyalty program. Thirdly, incentivizing account creation. The brands that offer points in return for creating an account typically see a higher enrollment rate. Also, if you offer a really healthy number of points for that incentive and then allow shoppers to unlock a reward through the combination of the first purchase and the account creation, you see a significantly expedited time to the next visit when they return to redeem that reward. Why is it worth taking these measures though? Customers who join a loyalty program are 6 times more likely to return and make a second purchase. But on top of that, we see brands who have had a loyalty page live for a year or more achieving a benchmark of around 40% when it comes to enrollment rates. That's a lot of customers joining your program and becoming more likely to return and repeat purchase. So you've jumped the first hurdle. Your customer's enrolled. They've become a loyalty program member. That's fantastic. But what happens next? Now it's time to think about how you can keep your customers engaged in between purchases so your brand and your program really stay top of mind. This is where personalization really starts to play a big part in your customer journey. Every customer you've enrolled into your loyalty program has a unique set of loyalty data. They have their own points balance. They've got their own available rewards, their information in terms of what tier they're in, how close they are to unlocking the next tier, perhaps how close they are to dropping down a tier and actually losing some benefits. This unique loyalty information allows you to create a unique loyalty interaction that helps you keep in touch. If you can pass your loyalty data into your email, SMS platform, perhaps Klaviyo, Attentive, whatever you're using, you can then strengthen those customer comms. You can embed loyalty data into emails you're already sending, could be newsletters, product drops, or you can send standalone emails that actually remind customers of their loyalty status or let them know they've got rewards available. You can do the same with your mobile app as well. If you're using Ven apps or TapCart, you could be using push notifications to remind shoppers of their loyalty status, whether they're shopping at that moment or not. Your loyalty program gives you a ton of good reasons to reach out whether the customer is actually in the market right then or not. We also recommend creating as many opportunities as possible for loyalty program members to earn points outside of purchases. So typically brands will offer points in exchange for things like reviews, referrals, sharing of birthday information, or social media shares and follows too. It really helps the customer to build up a points balance and unlock a reward, but a lot of those things will really help you with your wider marketing strategy as well. So a bit of a win-win. My favorite use case, one we're seeing more and more of, is incentivizing the completion of quizzes and profiles with points. So you as a brand can collect more zero-party data on every member that completes that quiz and then use it to drive a more personalized shopping experience or product recommendations. But again, it also helps the member to build up their points balance faster. My favorite example of this is actually the Inky List. They offer points to members who complete either their skin or their hair quiz, or my favorite example, because it is really quite unique, if you complete their breakout analyzer, you can also earn points. So all of the above, great ways to keep in touch with loyalty members in between purchases and ensure that you can extend the customer journey and, fingers crossed, help them get to a reward faster. But why is that important? because once a customer has a reward available, that is when they are most likely to return and use it within their next purchase. Let's imagine a very realistic scenario where a shopper has been super impressed with all the personalized emails you've been sending. They've taken every opportunity to engage with your loyalty program to earn those points, and now they've got a reward. They're really keen to redeem it. So they're back on your site, they're headed fast towards your checkout, hopefully with a full basket. How do you make sure that A, they complete that purchase, but B, they walk away feeling valued and rewarded, having had a great shopper experience? First of all, free product rewards. More and more, we are seeing brands replace money off rewards and discounts with more tangible product rewards. This is great from a customer's perspective. A free product feels special, it feels generous, it feels like a treat. But it's also great from our perspectives because it means you can introduce them to more of your product range, things that they might not have actually thought to try themselves. Being slightly more sneaky, you can actually also use free product rewards to test new products or to shift old inventory that hasn't been bought yet. Your shopper can claim their free product reward and add it straight to their cart. When they check out, the cost of the item will be deducted and they will receive their free product with their order. A seamless part of their journey and a really special treat. Our second tip here is to allow customers to redeem their points within the checkout. So via checkout extensions and Shopify extensibility, you can use redeem at checkout rewards, which will show shoppers how many points they have available to them within the checkout, and allow them to choose how many of those points they want to redeem within their purchase. And that significantly increases the chances of them actually converting to the final purchase, but it also makes sure that they are redeeming those points. They're right there while they're completing their purchase, no additional steps required. You can also tailor your settings to better suit your brand. So for example, you can set guidelines for how many points a customer can redeem versus how much they're spending. You might want to set minimum and maximum discount amounts. You might want to dictate whether points can be redeemed against subscription purchases or not. And finally, we really recommend thinking about using the thank you page as another way to incorporate loyalty into your customer journey. So via checkout extensions, you can add both a points earned app and a referral widget into your thank you page, reminding the customers of the points that they've just unlocked and encouraging them to earn more by telling their friends and families what a great shopping experience they just had. Hopefully, an amazing shopping experience they might just want to recreate when they shop in store. With so many Shopify stores moving to an omnichannel model and going back to physical retail now, we felt it would be remiss of us not to include an element of the in-store customer journey too. So let's have a very quick look at what happens when a loyalty program member continues their customer journey IRL, as the cool kids would say. So the first and most important factor here is that you are delivering a really consistent loyalty experience online and in-store. Shoppers should be able to use rewards they earned online within your physical store. They should be able to earn points in-store they can use later online. Should be completely interchangeable. Next suggestion is one we're particularly excited about. We launched it literally this week. Just as it's important to enable members to earn points beyond transactions online, it's also important to allow this offline too. So using Loyalty Line's integration with Shopify's POS and our new UI extensions, you can actually reward customers who engage with in-store initiatives like recycling old products or packaging with loyalty points. These customer rewards are a great way to bring your brand identity to life within your in-store shopping experience, as well as extending what were previously just online initiatives into your physical store. Finally, we love seeing brands bringing the VIP perks and experiences from their loyalty tiers to life in-store. For example, offering top-tier members invites to exclusive in-store events, giving them queue jump when they get there, maybe inviting them to exclusive product launches. These exclusive interactions are exactly what will get your customers talking about your brand online and bringing them back to relive your customer journey, hopefully over and over again. That's a lot of talking from me, so I will leave it there. Essentially, our summary of how loyalty can be integrated into a customer journey at every stage, having the maximum impact on every shopper and hopefully bringing them back to repeat purchase over and over again. Hopefully some useful tips in there. I'd love to chat more. You can reach me on LinkedIn or you can scan our QR code here to find out more about Loyalty Line as well. Thank you so much for listening.
Amazing. Thanks for that, Fiona. That was a great presentation. And I know, again, we got a ton of interaction in the chat, so you'll have plenty of questions to get to.
Fantastic.
But yeah, appreciate your taking the time and yeah, we really enjoyed that. Awesome. So I will quickly announce the $75 gift card that's going to be going to Ben Mitchell, provided by the Loyalty Line team. That is going to be a $75 gift card for one of Loyalty Line's current customers. And we'll get that out to you straight after the presentation. And without further ado, we'll move on to our next great speaker joining us from Nosto, which is Jiachen Liu. I'll bring you on stage and we'll let you take over and introduce yourself to the team.
Great. Thank you, Paul. Hi, everyone. My name is Jiachen. I am a customer success manager here at Nosto. Super excited to present alongside our other partners today and speak about how Nosto can help merchants to create the ultimate Shopify customer journey. So for anyone who's not familiar with Nosto, we are a commerce experience platform that gives Shopify merchants a set of tools to increase their on-site revenue at each step of their shopping journey. And our platform is powered by Experience AI, which consolidates all the data in real time so you can utilize those data to enhance every stage of the customer shopping journey through search, category merchandising, product recommendations, on-site content, and so on. And we work with over 700 Shopify brands globally, including Princess Polly, Kylie Cosmetics, Fix, and many more. And we're also a Shopify Plus certified app partner and can be installed and started in minutes. And now I'm going to touch upon how Nosto can support global Shopify merchants, especially the merchants that use Shopify Markets and Hydrogen 2, as well as some of our most recent Shopify-related developments. So if you are on Shopify Markets and your customers are around the world, you definitely want to make sure that the customer experience is tailored to each market specifically, and Nosto could help with you on that. We became the first personalization solution to integrate with Shopify Markets last year, and our integration allows brands to configure one-to-one shopping experience with each market and across all of our modules within a single platform. And flexibility is an advantage of our tool because we know that markets can be accomplished in multiple ways, and we can meet exactly where your needs are, whether they are different languages, inventory locations, exclusions, or pricing. We're able to accommodate. And brands will also have the flexibility to copy the global settings and implement to each market, or start from the scratch for each market, or both. So overall, Nosto, it's easy to use as well as customizable to your needs. And we also support Shopify's headless solution, which is Hydrogen. Our modules are compatible with Hydrogen 2 with a globally available integration, and we're a preferred recommendation solution for Hydrogen. We also have a strong partnership with agencies network to ensure that the customer will have our full support whenever they need. And as you can see here, there's a scannable QR code if you're interested in seeing how Nosto can support a Hydrogen 2 store. Okay, so moving on to the new development on Nosto's end. So the first thing is about the A/B testing functionality. We already have a strong A/B testing functionality built in within our platform, but since then we've seen a lot of growing trend with our merchants requiring more enterprise solutions for full site testing. So we have launched full site A/B testing partnering with OmniConvert to give merchants the ability to test every element on their website. So from a small call to action button to full site design. And OmniConvert is also available on the Shopify App Store as well. And another new feature that is going to release in the beginning of Q2 is the post-purchase upsell. So this is essentially an on-site recommendation that lets merchants to showcase a single personalized product offer immediately after checkout on the post-checkout page to boost average order value. And shoppers can add this to their existing order with one click. And the merchant will also have the ability to add a special discount to this offer specifically to drive a sense of urgency to conversion. And we're currently in the beta testing phase for this feature and already had a lot of interest in this feature. Super excited to see it rolls out in the near future and how much impact this will have on Shopify merchants' average order value. And I also have a short clip on how this will work on the websites. Okay, great. So these are our merchants, as you can see, global merchants. So thank you all so much, and I hope it was insightful and give you some ideas how Nosto could help brands to optimize their Shopify customer journey. And if you have any questions, feel free to drop in the chat and I will answer the best I can. Thank you so much.
Awesome. Thanks for that, Jiachen. That was great. Love the addition of some video content at the finish as well. Bring some energy. Awesome. I will announce the winner of the gift card being provided by the Nosto team, and I'll let you jump in and answer any of the questions coming through in the chat there, Jiachen. But thanks again for your time. Cool. So the Nosto team has got a $75 gift card to ongoody.com, and that is going to be going to Jessica Mendez. Congrats, Jessica, and thanks again for all the engagement. And that will give us time to bring up our next great speaker from Omni. We've got Jordan Brown, the founder of GM, joining us. Omni is a customer service agency focused on combining automation with top-tier human agents. Jordan leads Omni in helping businesses deliver efficient, world-class customer experiences. Welcome back, Jordan. Great to see you on the webinar again, and I'll let you take it over.
Likewise. Thanks, Paul. Share my screen here. All right. Yeah, thanks so much for the kind introduction, Paul. Super excited to join and chat through the role of customer service in every stage of the buyer journey. Like Paul said, I'm Jordan, the founder of Omni. Who is Omni? We are a customer service agency that supports e-commerce brands in 22 countries in over 100 languages. And we are a modern take on your traditional contact centers. So we blend leading AI with experienced e-commerce agents, giving our partners the ability to reduce costs, but more importantly, without sacrificing the customer experience. So, good customer service isn't just a function, it's the backbone of every buyer's journey. It turns first-time visitors into lifelong customers and ensures satisfaction every step of the way. So today we're going to explore how customer service plays a pivotal role in each stage of the buyer journey, from pre-purchase, purchase, and post-purchase. So let's start at the moment when a potential customer first lands on your site. They are checking out their options. They've got questions, lots of them. Is this product right for me? How does it compare to other options? Do you offer bundle discounts or wholesale pricing? The faster and more accurately you answer, the better your chances of turning that interest into a sale. And that's where AI-powered support really shines. With tools like Gorgias' AI agent, businesses can provide instant, intelligent assistance that goes beyond just answering basic questions. These AI-driven systems can explain product specs in detail, ensuring shoppers understand exactly what they're purchasing. They can compare options side by side, helping customers make more informed decisions tailored to their needs, recommend complementary products, increasing order value and enhancing the overall shopping experience. So in this example here, you see a shopper reaching out for help updating their shipping address. Really easy for the AI agent to handle effectively, but this request doesn't just stop there. It analyzes the items that are in their cart and suggests a matching top that pairs perfectly with their selections. And then to sweeten the deal, it even offers a limited time discount, turning a routine support interaction into an opportunity for upselling and, in the end, delighting the customer. This level of proactive AI-driven engagement really boosts conversions, enhances customer satisfaction, and drives more revenue, all while reducing the burden on human support teams, especially during off hours when human support teams are not available. In case you missed all the exciting new releases Gorgias is working on in 2025, this is an example of AI Sales Agent, which can handle all of these pre-purchase questions with ease. And I don't mean in a used car salesman kind of way, but rather a support bot that is actively helping customers with their needs while also identifying opportunities to upsell or recommend complementary products. So by analyzing a shopper's purchase history or what's in their cart, AI can make real-time suggestions 24 hours a day that feel natural and helpful rather than intrusive. So the key takeaway in this pre-purchase stage is that the best time to convert a site visitor is while they're shopping, not later. So if they have to wait for an email response, you're essentially rolling the dice on whether that potential customer will even return. Think about it this way. You're walking into a retail store and you ask an associate for help. They tell you to come back tomorrow to get the answer. Chances are you'd leave and buy from a different store instead. AI support eliminates that friction, provides instant contextual assistance, ensuring customers get what they need in the moment, whether that's resolving an issue, answering a question, or like we're talking about here, nudging them towards a higher value purchase. So this real-time engagement translates to higher conversions, increased AOV, and a smoother shopping experience that keeps customers coming back. Now, during the purchase stage, you want to keep checkout smooth and help customers get across that finish line. The purchase stage, this is make or break. Even the tiniest hiccup, like a failed promo code or a confusing shipping option, can send customers running. But the good news is now with Shopify, if you're on Shopify Plus, you can now add live chat directly to the checkout page with Gorgias, which is a game changer for reducing abandoned carts. So at this stage, great customer support steps in to fix payment issues on the spot, reassure hesitant buyers in real time if there's just one last thing they need to ask before they complete that purchase. It could be address validation, so customers get their purchase shipped out quickly into the right address. I really love with Gorgias Convert exit intent offers in case of there's any attempted cart abandonment. Picture this. A good example is a customer's found the perfect birthday gift, a personalized coffee mug. He goes out, he tries to check out, enters a promo code, and it doesn't work. Frustrated, he's ready to give up, but then the chat pops out and says, "Need help with your promo code?" A live agent swoops in, fixes the issue, customer makes the purchase, mug in hand, crisis averted. So during checkout, great service removes this friction, keeps the customers moving forward in the purchasing process, just like a helpful cashier that steps in at the right moment. And it takes only a fraction of a moment for a customer to move that mouse up to the browser tab and close the tab during the checkout process. Now, the sale isn't the end though. This is where loyalty begins in the post-purchase stage. So a smooth post-purchase experience makes customers come back, while a frustrating one, well, that's how you lose them. So great service at this stage means hassle-free returns and exchanges, quick, clear, frustration-free, proactive updates like delivery tracking. The best customer experience is when the customer doesn't need to reach out to support for anything. Obviously, easier said than done, but try and get ahead of what customers may need in each step of the journey and make sure that you're proactive versus the customer needing to reach out to your team. And then social proof, potentially offering incentives like discounts or rewards for doing this. Imagine getting a thanks for your order message with a 10% off discount for next time. Unexpected but memorable. Or a follow-up email with tips on how to get the most out of your purchase. These little touches can turn a simple transaction into a really great experience. So remember, post-purchase isn't just about fixing issues, shipping issues, returns. It's about creating moments that build long-term loyalty. So just to wrap things up, historically, customer service is considered a department, when really it's a journey-wide experience, a revenue-generating tool at every stage. Pre-purchase builds trust, purchase eliminates barriers, and post-purchase fosters long-term loyalty. So by investing in tools and training and strategies that prioritize customer experience at every step, your brands can enjoy a journey that's not just seamless, but also memorable. And like I said before, great service isn't just about resolving issues, but creating genuine connections. And with tools like AI, agents can focus on building real relationships versus copying and pasting tracking numbers and responding to simple FAQs. Thanks so much for joining today. It's tough to put this all into 10 minutes. So if you'd like to chat through any strategy, whether it be converting site visitors, AI, or anything customer experience, feel free to reach out. I'll stick around and answer any questions that come up through the chat. Thanks, Paul.
Thanks for that, Jordan. That was great. And yeah, there was definitely some questions in the chat based around sort of how we work together and how we partner, which I'm sure you can provide a far better explanation than me. So
I'll stick around.
I'll let you go in and provide some more color there.
Thanks.
Awesome. Thanks, Jordan. That was great. Perfect. And I know that the Omni team had kindly offered a $75 Amazon gift card today, which is going to be going to Ralph Villarreal. Congratulations, Ralph, and thanks for the engagement in the chat. And then Sophie was also asking how many speakers we've got left. We've got 2 to come, 2 great speakers. So stick around. We've got lots more insights to share. Next up, we have got the team from ChargeFlow, represented by Dove Karp. I will bring you on stage, Dove, and let you take over from here and introduce yourself to the audience.
Amazing. All right. Thank you so much for having me. It is absolutely a pleasure to be here. And I just wanted to jump in and I wanted to speak about the chargeback challenges that D2C brands are facing. Ultimately, many D2C brands completely underestimate chargebacks and the hit to your company. You don't understand how much it's hurting your profit margins and potentially operational efficiency, and it could be a big hit to your long-term sustainability. So what does that mean? It means it's kind of like you have a leaky faucet, right? The other day, I got a bill from the water company that said like we owed like an additional $1,000, and I'm like, what the heck are you talking about? And what I realized is that we had a leaky faucet, and that leaky faucet over time had a big impact on our finances, and ultimately this is what's happening to your company as well. You also don't understand that when you have a chargeback, there are multiple fees that are associated with it, and there's also a lot of time that you're putting into it that you don't realize, and it's taking away from your overall operational efficiency. So what's going on with these chargebacks? So consumers can dispute charges with really just a few clicks. It's really easy to file a dispute. Oftentimes you can kind of just go into your app and just say, I didn't approve this charge. I want to do a chargeback, and it's a convenient refund method. Sometimes people are like, I'd rather not talk to customer success or customer service. I just want my money back. Don't try to convince me to keep the product or whatever. Give me my money back. So it's a convenient refund method, and at the end of the day, it's difficult for merchants to win because the entire chargeback system kind of is set up in a way that is against merchants. Number one, the issuing bank, which is the cardholder's bank, and the person who's filing a dispute are also the judges in the case. So you have to have incredibly compelling evidence that goes above and beyond for the issuing bank of the credit card holder to basically say, you know what, I'm going to give this in the merchant's way as opposed to the card holder. At the end of the day, your chargebacks potentially are going to increase over time because you can become an easy target. People are noticing that, hey, this brand, they're not fighting the dispute or they're not winning. I'm just going to keep on doing more and more disputes. Additionally, if you are scaling and you're making more money, well, your chargebacks are going to go up too, and that's kind of just par for the course. With a high chargeback ratio, however, you might get higher processing fees and potentially your account could be suspended. And that's something that you don't want to do. I'm speaking with a lot of our potential clients on calls, and I'll ask them, did you ever get any notification from your payment processor or any remediation programs or dispute monitoring programs? And they're like, yeah, it's actually ridiculous. Like they're withholding 10, 20, 30, $50,000. And some of them just shut down the accounts if it gets too high. And many payment processors, they don't even really tell you like why they're doing it. They don't have any clear guidelines. If I hit above a certain thing, they might just say, you know what, we're going to suspend the account, and it's a big problem. And ultimately, this can lead to, once again, additional headaches, operational headaches, and you're going to have to now devote more resources to that, and that's going to get in the way of you being a successful business. So what happens when the consumers exploit the system? The biggest way that they exploit it is through friendly fraud. Now, we all know about real fraud. Somebody steals your credit card, game over. What are you going to do? They made a purchase. You got to cancel it. It's a big pain. But what happens in friendly fraud? Now, friendly fraud is a real transaction. It's really the person. They're actually using their credit card. So any potential fraud monitoring tools or whatever you're using are not going to be picking this up because it is the real person. However, there are two types of friendly fraud. One is malicious, and then the other one is accidental. So malicious friendly fraud is somebody who's actually trying to steal from you. It's like they walk into your clothing shop, they take a sweater or something, and then they run out. That's basically what they're doing digitally. They're trying to steal from you. However, there's also accidental friendly fraud. And accidental friendly fraud is like somebody made a purchase with like a kid made a purchase with their parents' card, or they didn't recognize the charge because they went to the auto body shop and they got the new tires or something like that. But then they saw on the billing statement it said Frank's Pizza. Well, Frank had a pizza place and then he changed it to an auto body shop. And at the end of the day, he decided, whatever, it doesn't matter. It's still a business. People are going to dispute those charges, and it can be a big problem. So almost 90% of chargebacks are friendly fraud, which is crazy. And this can potentially lead to an additional abuse when it comes to chargebacks. It's going to lead to revenue loss and ultimately can damage your brand reputation. What we noticed from a recent survey was that 23% of consumers will file a chargeback immediately if they're dissatisfied with the purchase. 38% of them expect a customer service response within 1 to 3 days. And of those, 52% are going to file a chargeback if it's not responded quick enough. And some of the contributing factors are, a delay in communication, as we said. Maybe there's a lack of clarity within their terms, or ultimately buyer's remorse. My son, who's 10 years old, bought something the other day and he was really upset. He's like, can I get my money back? Can I return it? I was like, no, I don't think you can. And he's really upset. And I was like, you know what you're feeling? He's like, what, Dad? I was like, it's called buyer's remorse. Welcome to the club. Additionally, so what steps can be taken by brands in order to kind of prevent this from the get-go? So number one, improve your customer service and communication. Make sure that it is very clear and very timely. Make sure you have clear refund and return policies. That's super important so people can do that on their own. Make sure you set expectations when it comes to describing the products and the shipping timelines. And ultimately, train your support teams, especially for peak seasons like holiday-related challenges that might pop up. some actions you can use in order to minimize chargebacks are, being proactive with your customer service. Make sure that you're in communication with them. As I said, simplify the return and support channels, and potentially add some tools like a chargeback management tool, charge flow, fraud protection, which we're involved with as well. And you want to make sure that your policies are really transparent, it sits right there, and do your best to build trust with your customers. When you have a relationship with the customer, ultimately it's going to lower the likelihood of them giving a chargeback or filing a chargeback. And at the end of the day, make sure you address friendly fraud with certain tools that are out there. Look, I'm really excited and happy that I was able to present today. You can reach out to ChargeFlow at chargeflow.io for any questions that you might have. We automate your chargeback management and prevention, help you increase win rates, save time and frustration, and feel free to reach out to me, Dove Karp. You can find me on LinkedIn or social or wherever it may be. And if there's any questions, I'd be happy to answer. Thank you.
Awesome. Great job, Doug. That was awesome and pretty interesting to learn. I didn't know the extent of friendly fraud, so that was fascinating. Appreciate you taking
it's pretty crazy.
Yeah, and I do see a ton of questions for you in the chat there, so I'll let you jump off stage and get to responding to some of the audience, but we appreciate the time again.
You got it.
And we will move on to our last, but definitely not least speaker of the day, which is Jason Sedana from Midnight Genius. And just as he's coming on stage, I will announce the winner of the $75 gift card from the ChargeFlow team, which is going to go to Matt Rhodes. Matt, thanks again for your engagement in the chat, and welcome to the stage, Jason. I will let you take it from here to send us off with a bang.
Yeah, thanks. Appreciate it. It's been really interesting listening to everyone talk, and it's kind of great that everyone's aligned with the same, strategies, tactics, the apps to use. Everyone's in the same ecosystem, but it's these are the tactics and strategies work. So it's been really interesting to hear and kind of validate everyone's thoughts. Just a quick, quick intro on us. We're Midnight Genius. We're a Shopify Plus partner agency. We do all things web design development, building, data migrations, integrations, you name it, full gambit, anything around Shopify, whether that's D2C, B2B, or POS, we can definitely help out with it. Just a little about us. We really hone in on the client and try to figure out really trying to solve through really complex commerce problems. So whether it's the B2B and figuring out pallet rules or D2C and the customer service and tools to implement, we can give recommendations and provide consulting services as well. These are some of our clients. We work with all types and a full, we don't have any vertical. It's completely agnostic in the type of industry, but if you're on Shopify, we can definitely help out. So when we approach customer journey, we're looking at 3 different pillars. First is discovery, which is, how do you do the lead gen? How do you get your customers onto the website? Whether that's actual Facebook ads, Instagram ads, social media, organic, doing search, whatever it is. How are you actually driving traffic? From there, then they land on the website, right? What do you do with the website? That's what we're going to be talking about in the next few slides. It's all going to be about, how do you optimize conversion, whether you're displaying social proof and all of that stuff. Great, you spent all this money, you got people onto the site, they purchased once, or you just did micro conversions, which is capturing email addresses. What do you do after? What's the post-purchase strategy? Whether that's loyalty related stuff, giving out gift cards, doing email marketing, what tools and apps and platforms and tactics and strategies are you going to utilize to help, bring average order value up, or conversion up, or lifetime value up, or referring a friend. So those are the things to kind of look at. What we're going to focus on is the website component, which is, what we build and the services that we provide. There's a handful of things that you should make sure that are, on your website in itself. One is you need to make sure that the content you have on your site, it's educating that end user, whether that's selling points or educational content, kind of describing your product, what you guys are good at. It could give back it can give information on, what the overall problem is and the solution around that. Basically, you just have to educate your end user. So this way, when they come in, they're not bouncing around, leaving your site, trying to find out what the best place or the resources. Make sure you deliver that content. The second component is you got to make sure that it's easy, right? You got to optimize it for conversion. They can go through the navigation. They can, it's clean and easy and organized. So this way, when they're dropping down through the menu items, they know exactly what to go for. Make sure your search and filter is optimized. So like if somebody's typing in a misspelled word or a synonym or something like that, that the search is actually providing the right product, or predictive search is giving out the right product in that scenario. In filtering, make sure all the options that people are looking for are laid out, whether you're using meta fields or some other or an app to utilize it, but make sure that people can go on to the collection page and actually filter through the items, narrow down to the specific one that they're looking for with whatever criteria. Adding validation, so social proof, whether that's, adding UGC content or reviews, make sure that's laid out on the site, on whether it's on the PDP or on the homepage, wherever it is. This way that it adds legitimacy and builds trust that like, oh, somebody else already bought from here and they're happy with it. So I feel like, I should make this purchase. Make sure you tell your story. People want to connect. They want authenticity. They want to be able to relate to it. So make sure you tell your history, what the product is all about. Like, just make sure that gets conveyed. So this way people feel connected and engaged with it. Showing the problem and the solution is a key component, right? You want to make sure this is the problem that exists in the market and you're the only solution. Displaying all that will help convey to that end user that you are the right product to purchase, right? So this way there's no buyer's remorse. They feel confident in making the purchase. There's trust built and all of that. Also display out like, why are you better? Not to say to bash out other competitors, but make sure that you're telling what feature sets what your product actually has. So this way that user feels like they're getting the best features compared to your competitors or something like that for the best value for the buck. I know I ran through this quick, but we can help out with anything Shopify related. So happy to answer any questions. Please feel free to reach out at jason@midnightgenius.com. Yeah, we can help out.
Awesome. Well done there, Jason. Great way to cap things off, and awesome to have another service partner on to teach us a little bit more of those tips and tricks that you're helping your clients with today. I will let you jump in and check the chat, but as I wrap things up, I will take you off stage here. But thanks again for the time. Awesome. Thank you everyone for joining us today. Just as we wrap things up, it was great to have everyone here again for the Ultimate Shopify Customer Journey webinar again. I want to thank all of our fantastic speakers, great presentations. Please engage with their teams, their products, and their services after this event. If you found anything interesting, reach out. Congratulations to all the winners of our special giveaways. We love seeing so much engagement in the chat. Again, we'll be sending out a follow-up with a recording of the call, the presentation deck that was shared. And then we look forward to seeing everyone on the next installment, episode 14 of the Ultimate Shopify Customer Journey webinar. But yeah, appreciate your time. Thanks everyone.